For tonight's matchup between the California Vulcans and the Pitt-Johnstown Mountain Cats. My name is Andrew White. Joined alongside me is Braxton Turner. Braxton, how excited are you for tonight's matchup?
Man, I'm pretty excited. Excited to see what these two teams can put together. When I say noticeable difference today, we're going to be down 2 starters today. So excited to see what these players for the Vulcans can step up.
And that will be interesting for sure, as we are 2 weeks since our last home game here at the Convocation Center, and the crowd here is a little bit excited to get back into the rhythm, as your 12-4 California Vulcans with a conference record of 7-3, taking on the Mountain Cats, who are 12-5 overall and a conference record of 7-4, right there in the 3-4 spot here in the PSAC West. Tonight's starting lineups being announced for both teams, and the difference in the California Vulcans lineup, we have number 24, Sierra Bermudez, and number 15, Iona Williams, making their first starts of the season, alongside number 4, Nina Shaw, number 3, Alicia Young, and number 32, Deja Terrell. And then on the other side for Pitt-Johnstown, we have number 2, Alizia Fasik, number 3, Peyton Alisauce, number 10, Kyla Franklin, number 15, Cassidy Crawford, and number 31, Hayden Taylor. It's going to be an exciting matchup between two teams that are really trying to make a push here late in the season to get to the top of the PSAC West, as they are kind of right in the middle there, as we said, both with 7 wins in the conference, trying to make it 8 here tonight. California was off this previous Saturday, coming off of a win a week ago at Clarion, and an exciting thriller that made its way into overtime, 66-62 there. And Pitt-Johnstown coming off a win as well, as they did play on Saturday, home against Slippery Rock with a 64-42 victory, a little bit of a landslide there. California side, somebody definitely to mention is Deja Terrell, who's been on somewhat of a tear lately, bringing her scoring average from 9 to 13 here in the last couple games. And for Pitt-Johnstown, we have Cassidy Crawford leading the team in scoring with 16 points and 8 rebounds a game. Definitely sitting at the top of the statistics, as we have a jump ball here between the two of them. And Deja Terrell comes out on top, and Nina Shaw with the ball. Nina Shaw orchestrating the offense, getting a screen from Deja. She's going to step back and shoot an early 3 off the front rim, and no good, but comes out to Bermudez, finds Iona Williams, and they'll reset. Iona going to drive to the left side, up and under, and it is good.
Iona Williams just made an easy move to the basket. Nice little reverse layup. I guess that's one of her strong suits, just getting to the basket and being able to finish.
California, a bit of a press here as the inside take there by Kyla Franklin is no good, as it goes in and out, and the rebound to the Vulcans. Nina Shaw on the drive to the left side, and she finds the bottom of the bucket as well, as the Vulcans get off to a 4-0 lead.
Man, Nina Shaw, pretty aggressive move to the basket. If she can keep that up throughout this game, then you're in a good spot.
And the turnover there by Johnstown, as it will come back the other way in favor of the Vulcans. And like you said, Nina Shaw, she's going to need to get a little more aggressive tonight, with both Jordan Smith and Alicia Harris being out of the lineup. I'm sure the freshman point guard is looking to stay aggressive and score the rock, as well as facilitate. Nina Shaw, guarded by Olivia Fasik, gets it to Deja Terrell. She's looked much more comfortable lately in this offense. Iona Williams once again on the drive, goes up with the right and finds it. Once again, a 3-for-3 start for the Vulcans.
Man, just such a nice touch. It absorbs the contact and is able to finish over top.
And something we don't see often from the Vulcans is they're picking up the press. And great play there by Nina Shaw to get in the passing lane. She's taking it the other way, but she'll slow down as she realizes she doesn't have numbers. Nina Shaw setting up the offense. Gets it over to Bermudez. Bermudez, absolutely no limit to her shooting range. Have to make sure you stay in her face. Deja Terrell guarded by Peyton Alisauce. Goes up off the backboard, and they're going to call a travel before the shot.
Yeah. Kind of looked like she trying to juggle the ball when she was going up for, when she gathered.
Pitt-Johnstown leading the PSAC West in 3-point percentage, as they are a team that's known for their shooting. And you have to think that California is going to focus on that as they start in a man here on defense. Alisauce with a deep three, gets knocked down, no good. Deja Terrell comes down with the rebound for the Balkans. Nina Shaw bringing it up, finds Alicia Young down low. Turnaround jumper off the back, no good. Deja Terrell with the rebound, throws it up. Just kind of fading away a bit too much there. And a foul on Alicia Young, and it'll come back the other way.
Yeah, those shots that you're always following away from the basket, what they always tell you when growing up is just get your feet set and then make sure you're gathered and whatnot. Just those shots fading away from basket are always a little bit harder to hit.
California backing off here after not being able to score a bucket for their first time on offense in this game. A quick double team comes up. Pass to Cassidy Crawford, looking to stay aggressive, and that's going to be tipped out by Bermudez and staying on this end. Cassidy Crawford, the senior out of Willard, Ohio. 16 points, 8.5 rebounds a game. I'm sure she's going to try to stay on the bright side of things as Peyton Alisauce again shoots another three, and this time finds the bottom as they cut their Cal lead in half.
Yeah, she looked way too confident in that shot for them to leave her open as they did. I'd imagine they'll have to be on her a lot closer in this game.
35% free throw shooter on the season, now approaching the 1,000-point mark as well, and we'll have to see if she gets there in this game. Deja Terrell with the up and under move and a beautiful finish. Olivia Fasek bringing the ball up for the Mountain Cats. She finds Hayden Taylor, moves it over to Alisauce again with the jumper. No good there. Two Pitt-Johnstown players not able to get the rebound. Alicia Young coming down with it. Goes up off the board, no good. The rebound by Fasek. Fasek guarded by Nina Shaw. Pass to Kyla Franklin. Down low to Cassidy Crawford. Crawford with the spin. Off the backboard, no good. Nina Shaw with the rebound. Nina Shaw finds Young. Young tells Shaw to come get it back, and they're going to set up the offense. Hand off to Iona Williams. She gets it to Deja Terrell in the middle. Deja Terrell sees a little bit of space, takes the jumper and connects.
Man, I feel like she's due for a couple of those in a game. Right at the top of the key, just above the foul line, I feel like it's especially her spot on the floor.
Deja Terrell's been on a bit of a scoring tear lately. She had 23 last week against Clarion and 30 the game before against Slippery Rock. We'll have to see if she keeps up that same aggression. The great find there by Alisauce down low to Crawford for two.
Yeah, that was a nice and selfish pass by Alisauce just for that easy layup.
10-5 in favor of the Vulcans. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pass over to Iona Williams. She finds Alicia Young in the middle. Young with a great move with the pivot, but cannot connect on the layup. And they're going to call it the other way on an over the back by Deja Terrell.
Man, Young, that was a good, especially a good move to the basket. I guess really trying to really find a rhythm,
Olivia Fasek, my apologies. Bringing it up, finds Cassidy Crawford. That matchup between Crawford and Terrell will be an interesting one here tonight. As Hayden Taylor passes it over to Alisauce. Iona Williams all up in her grill. Now we look over Hayden Taylor, the lefty shooter from the corner, no good. Alicia Young with yet again another rebound as she's looking to be a little more aggressive as Alicia Harris is out of the lineup tonight. Nina Shaw with the pass to Iona Williams. Over to Bermudez, who's going to throw up the three. No good. The rebound to Hayden Taylor. Pass over to Fasek, down low to Crawford. Crawford looking for the foul, nothing there. Kyla Franklin gets the rebound, dribbles it off her foot, and it'll go the other way. We take it to the media timeout here at the Convocation Center. Score being 10-5 in favor of the Balkans. And, anything interesting you've seen these first couple minutes there, Braxton?
I say at this point in the game, not much, but one thing the Vulcans have done a great job of so far is just keeping Pitt-Johnstown here off the three-point line, just since they're, as you mentioned, one of the leaders in the PSAC in the point term of three-point percentage, shooting 37%. And if you can round that up to 38% as a team from deep. So generally that's a decent percentage for a person, for one person alone. But for the whole team, you might as well just camp them off the line. And when you have a team full of three-point shooters like that, oftentimes you have to play a little bit more aggressive just to get in their face. And that's more often to get a foul. I say pick up a foul there. But what they're doing also is as soon as they put that ball on the floor, they're also taking an large enough space step back to at least cover all that ground. So they're doing a good job at that. And there's been a couple lapses so far, and that's to be expected. No team is ever perfect. But if they continue to do that throughout this game, they'll be in a good spot.
Mountain Cats with 4 players on their roster with 15 or more threes this year. In comparison to California, the only player on California to have more than 15 threes this year is Sierra Bermudez. So it's definitely something you got to look out for when you're watching this Pitt-Johnstown basketball squad. Nice surprises. We got both sets of cheerleaders out here tonight for these women's and men's game. Not something we were seeing over the holiday break, and it's obvious that we are back in school now.
Yeah, it got lonely over break.
It definitely did. As Nina Shaw with the handoff to Iona Williams. She's going to drive. Finds Deja Terrell down low, who draws the double team but finishes with the left hand anyway.
Yeah. When you have an inside presence like Terrell and Williams who will drive off the dribble, Terrell more of a post presence, it's a dangerous combination.
Maya Williams did check in for the Vulcans during that media timeout for Alicia Young. The freshman will definitely see her fair share of minutes tonight. As the almost steal there by Nina Shaw, but she kind of lost it in the transition. Basic, guarded by Williams. Pass down low. And Sierra Bermudez with the dive on the floor comes up with the ball and finds Iona Williams. And they get it over to Bermudez, who has all the room in the world off the front rim and no good. Iona Williams with the offensive rebound finds Bermudez again, who's going to go up for the floater, and it is good. Sierra Bermudez, one of the dominant scorers on this team, regardless of how many starts she has. And you have to think tonight starting, she's going to pick up the pace a little bit. As the and one there by Cassidy Crawford as she draws the foul on Iona Williams.
Man, that was quite a finish. I thought at that point she wouldn't even been able to get it up to the square, but what a finish.
So we have a substitution here for the Mountain Cats as Belle Bosch checks into the game for Kyla Franklin. At the line is Cassidy Crawford, senior out of Willard, Ohio, is an 81% free throw shooter on the year. Season high of 33 points and 14 rebounds versus Glenville State back at the end of November, so she sure knows how to find the bottom, but right there, fails to. She does not convert on the three-point play. Bermudez on the drive, goes up, and she draws the foul.
Yeah. At this point in the season, teams, I'd imagine, know about, if not already have some idea of Bermudez. Bermudez, almost a 40% shooter on the season. And if you're a shooter like that, as teams have done, have close guarded her when she's out in the perimeter. So if anything, she wants to remain effective, other than like finding an open shot, she'll definitely have to get used to driving and actually hit that floater earlier. But she'll definitely have to get used to passing and kicking or developing that little shot inside.
When she's able to drive like that with some aggression and authority, it definitely kind of mixes it up for the teams. It's 33 of her 41 shots on the year from beyond the arc. So when she's able to kind of get it going inside the paint, she can be a dual threat there. She capitalizes on both free throws. Top of the key. Pass over to Hayden Taylor. Taylor finds Crawford. Crawford with the pass over, and that gets over to Alisauce in the corner for 3. The foul and the bucket. Chance for a 4-point play.
And that's twice now at this point. At this point in the game, you don't want to leave Alisauce open.
Peyton Alisauce, the senior for this team, averaging just under 14 a game. 82% free throw shooter, and like we talked about earlier, she's approaching that 1,000-point mark. She's only 11 points away, and we'll have to imagine that will happen here. And instead of the 4-point play opportunity, they're going to say the foul happened after the play, so the ball will stay on this end of the court. It's interesting, not something you see every day when the shooter's fouled, but it's considered after the shot went in.
Yeah, I hate getting those as a ref.
The pass over to Alsaw. She's looking for another three, and man, is she on point tonight.
At this point, just play man on her. Don't even bother just sitting in zone off of her.
And Sierra Bermudez there on the drive, but she's going to be called for the charge. And that's the 5th foul for the Vulcans here early on.
My goodness, really picked up a distance of session like that.
Olivia Fasek. Top of the key, guarded by Nina Shaw. Finds Hayden Taylor. The lefty drives to her left side. The pass underneath. The rotation all around the corner. Great ball movement there as Olivia Fasek capitalized on the three. We have a tie game here with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. All tied up at 16. Bermudez going to throw up another three. This time she does connect.
Once Bermudez hits one, she's bound to hit a couple more.
We were talking before the game and had a little bit of a prediction that she was going to stay aggressive on the offensive side tonight, and seems to be the case. That was her 4th shot attempt of the night. Crawford guarded by Kamaya Williams. Freshman seeing her minutes pick up every game. Fasek with the pass back over to Crawford, off the backboard and in. Luckily for her, it's only 5:45. The bank is still open. Nina Shaw directing traffic. Hands it off to Kamaya Williams. Williams with the cross-court pass to Alicia Young. Young gets the screen from Williams. She's going to take it down the right side. The aggressive drive off the backboard, no good. They're going to call yet again another foul on the rebound as Iona Williams picks up her 2nd here early on.
Man, at this point, you definitely have to be careful. A couple players with 2 fouls already in the first quarter alone. I say at this point, just learn to play just a bit more straight up, and they definitely have to watch out on these closeouts because they've already fouled a couple times. Trying to close out in the 3-point shot. Right now, I'd say try not to stray too far from the person you're guarding. Try to stay up in their face. I would say go into like a box and one maybe, but this whole team is full of shooters.
Adding on to your point, I mean, especially when you're down 2 important players and both being starters, it's hard when you get into foul trouble early on. I'm sure Jess Strom is going to get deep into that bench here tonight as Talia Gilliard checks into the game for Iona Williams to try to avoid her picking up her 3rd. Like you said, a team full of shooters. You got to be able to stay aggressive on the defensive end, but still know your limits. There's Nina Shaw up top, guarded by Alisauce. Pass to Williams. Williams keeps it low, but gets doubled. The spin off the backboard, and it's good.
That was some fancy footwork for Kamaya Williams there. Haven't seen her get too many times to work out in this season, but she's making the most of it right now.
Showed up with a good game against Slippery Rock when they're a little bit of a blowout win there, as she kind of was all over the place getting rebounds, steals, and all that. And right there, almost picking up another steal, but the pass over to Crawford. She's going to throw up a rare 3, and it's no good. California taking the ball the other way after the air ball by Cassidy Crawford. A substitution here for Pitt-Johnstown as Lexi Margolis checks in to the game for Olivia Fasek. Nina Shaw guarded by Margolis.
Oh my.
Tries to find Kamaya Williams, but luckily Talia Gilliard was behind her. The drive in. And she throws up a 3 at the buzzer for Bermudez, no good. As that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Score 21-20 in favor of your Vulcans. We'll be right back here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Convocation Center. Start of the second quarter as California holds a 21-20 lead. So it was kind of a high-scoring first quarter than we're used to, as both teams were kind of getting going early.
Yeah, Pitt-Johnstown started a little bit, just a tad slow, but then just found a rhythm, especially from outside the arc, and just tied this game up. And now we're down 1, but he made this game a lot closer than what it was pretty quick.
Both teams shot 50% in that first quarter. UPJ being 7 for 14 and Cal 9 for 18, as they're picking up the aggression on defense, and it serves to prove well as the turnover there by Pitt-Johnstown. Same 5 on the floor as we're at the end of the quarter for both teams. Sierra Bermudez on the drive, the mid-range jumper, and she finds it there, as that increases their lead to 3. Basic at the top, finds Alisauce. Over to Margolis. Pass all around the perimeters. They're moving the ball extremely well early on in this game, and right there, as soon as I call it out, an errant pass goes out of bounds, and the Vulcans will regain possession.
Yeah, little miscommunications like that can definitely be killer, especially in games that are as competitive as this one. Always want to minimize as much as you can.
Alyssa Young on the drive. There's going to be a bit of a blocking foul there on Belle Bosch, as she will go to the line for 2. Substitution there as Hayden Taylor checks in the game for Peyton Alisauce. Alicia Young at the line. 58% free throw shooter on the year. Misses the first off the back rim. Second one off the front rim and in. She connects. California amongst the bottom teams in the PSAC in free throw shooting percentages, and Pitt-Johnstown among the top. So you have to see if that takes into effect in this game. Cassidy Crawford to the corner to Margolis. Passes cross court to Hayden Taylor. He finds Fasek. Back to Taylor, back to Fasek. Fasek's going to shoot the 3 off the front rim and no good. We're going to get a stoppage of play here, as it looks like Alicia Young might have got hit in the eye. And that is something the Balkans once again cannot afford on a night that they are missing 2 key players. So you got to hope that things are going to be okay over there. Jess Strom stressed the importance of this team's chemistry and how they're more of a sisterhood than they are a basketball team, and they all wanted to check in there on her to make sure that Alicia Young was okay after the play. The pass to Nina Shaw, but Kamaya Williams wasn't really looking, and they're going to call a foul on the recovery there by Cassidy Crawford, and it's going to stay on this end. Kamaya Williams passing in for the Vulcans. Finds Nina Shaw, who beat her defender, gets to the left side, off the backboard, no good. And the rebound there by Bosch. Golis, the pass to Crawford. Up top to Fasek. Back over to Crawford. Crawford with the great crossover. Covered by the smaller Nina Young now, and passes it back out to Margolis. Fasek over to Bosch, down low to Hayden Taylor. Hayden Taylor the up and under, and she finds the bottom of the bucket. Crafty move there by Hayden Taylor to get up and under and score the 2.
Yeah, I felt like she didn't even look at the hoop until after she threw it up.
Alicia Young picks up her dribble a little bit, and they're going to call a foul before she's able to get the travel before she's able to get the pass off. As Alisauce checks back into the game for Margolis. Leading scorer so far throughout the game, her and Sierra Bermudez, at 11 for Alisauce and at 9 for Bermudez. Hayden Taylor with the handoff to Alisauce, finds Crawford. Crawford looking for somebody, anybody. Gets it over to Fasek. Fasek down low. But a great defensive play there by Alicia Young to intercept the pass. They find Talia Gilliard all the way down the floor, who finishes the lay-in.
That's a beautiful find. It was a pocket pass on the layup to Gilliard, and way to finish that, falling away from the basket on that. Not the easiest shot.
Right there, a great little pickpocket steal by Sierra Bermudez, but she's called for the double dribble as she's not really able to pick it up the ball right away. Substitution here for both teams as Iona Williams checks into the game for Kamaya Williams. And Kyla Franklin checks into the game as well. Hayden Taylor. They run a little bit of a motion offense here up top, kind of handing it off to each other and just getting everybody moving.
Yeah. A lot of off-ball screens, definitely annoying to try to get through.
Kyla Franklin finds Hayden Taylor there, and the lefty shooter finds the bottom of the bucket on her first three-point attempt of the night.
Yeah, especially off-ball screens. I feel like it has to be a lot more communication. Oftentimes you can get caught sleeping. But I say if they want to have any chance of keeping them off the three-point line, communication has to be very good tonight.
Alicia Young on the drive with a beautiful finish with the left hand off the backboard, off the feed from Nina Shaw. Nina Shaw's really been getting going in the assist category lately, as she is fourth in the assist average in all of the PSAC, both East and West. The drive there by Hayden Taylor, and you cannot give her the left side as she finishes. Nina Shaw, pass over to Young. Young to Williams. Williams on the drive, puts it up with the right hand off the back rim, no good. And the rebound goes to Fasek. Fasek seems to be the perfect point guard for this team, and she kind of slows things down for everybody. The pass down low there to Crawford, who misses the first, gets the follow-up, and puts it in for two, and gives UPJ their first lead of the game. Very highly competitive game so far here in the Convocation Center. Sierra Bermudez is going to put up a deep three off the back rim and no good. Talia Gillard with the great follow. Looks to pass it up, but gets it stolen as Cassidy Crawford kind of got in the passing lane there. Kyla Franklin brings it up, and they're going to set it back up as they get it to Fasek. Over to Alisauce, back to Crawford. Gets it to Hayden Taylor. Taylor getting doubled. Crawford left alone. And they get it back to Alisauce, shoots the deep three off the front rim and backboard, no good. Iona Williams with the pass to Sierra Bermudez, and as she was driving, Hayden Taylor kind of got in the way, a little bit of a blocking foul there. That'll take us to our second quarter media timeout as Pitt-Johnstown with their first lead of the game, 29-28. And, I mean, they're just kind of flipping the switch here offensively.
Yeah, that's for sure. Got a little bit more comfortable around the arc. Been a couple miscommunications by the Vulcans on the defensive end. And one thing I think in every broadcast I've mentioned at this point of rebounds are and how important they are. Right, I'm surprised right now. The Vulcans only giving up one offensive rebound. I think that was the offensive rebound that put them over the top. But when you have a game as close to this, you have to minimize second chance points. It's either so important. It's basically an extra possession without having to do the work, essentially. But you minimize second chance points and your own turnovers. That definitely puts you in a good spot, if not a better spot, in this game.
California leading the way in rebounds so far at 14-8, but Pitt-Johnstown just executing very well on offense, shooting almost 53% as a team, and that has been the reason why they have had this 1-point lead to this point.
Yeah, 52.4% from the field and 5 of 10 from deep. And this team is just continuing to shoot the lights out there. I'm not sure. I'd honestly be surprised if any team can keep up a 50% night from deep. That just tells you how in rhythm your shooters are. But anything above 40% as a team is excellent. I guess we'll see exactly what they're able to do. Vulcans only have 1 of 5. Bermudez, I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, only one to really shoot a couple threes at this point in the game.
I think Nina Shaw put up one early on, but other than that, I believe Bermudez has the other 4.
Yep.
And you have to think coming into the game, that was kind of part of the game plan, as she needs to get going from deep with some of their starters being out. Maya Williams with the cross-court pass. There's Bermudez again, and right on cue as she capitalizes on the three-point bucket. Gives California back the lead as she's up to 12 points on the night, and just goes to show how dynamic she can be as a scorer once she's out on that floor. Crawford looking for anybody. Pass over to Alisauce. Alisauce on the drive. She's going to stop, give it to Franklin. Franklin on the drive to the left side. Finds Crawford, and Crawford gets fouled and the bucket as she looks to give UPJ the lead back once again. Cassidy Crawford, another interesting stat I found reading up on her, the all-time leading scorer for Willard High School at 1,640 points a game, or 1,640 points in her career, averaging 20 a game throughout the 4 years. So she definitely knows how to get it done on the offensive side of the floor. Talia Gillard, pass over to Nina Shaw. She drives, gets fouled, and she'll head to the line for two. The minutes leader in all of the PSAC, Nina Shaw, at 36.5 minutes a game. Doesn't get much of a break, and I'm sure tonight won't be any different. Misses the first free throw. That's been one of the bright spots of her game. 84% free throw shooter on the year. Doesn't capitalize on the first, but connects on the second.
See, a friend of ours, Nate, earlier was checking out, looking over stats for minutes played a game. I'm pretty sure Nina Shaw in that regard is nationally ranked in the D2 section. I'm pretty sure top 20 nationally, which is, I guess, is definitely a feat, if anything.
Especially as a freshman, you just have to think, is the foul there as Cassidy Crawford drives the left side and gets hit on the arm. But like you said, I mean, Nina Shaw, it's impressive enough to play that many minutes a game and to know that your coach trusts you as much as she does. But being a freshman, I mean, that just says all the much more. As she's just been helping control this offense and orchestrating the team in general, and she's done a great job at it as Cassidy Crawford connects on the first free throw. As more and more people kind of are feeding into the Convocation Center here. We have one of our biggest crowds of the season coming back from Christmas break as the second free throw there by Crawford, no good. Shaw gonna get a quick reset here with just under 20 on the shot clock. Maya Williams finds Bermudez. Bermudez fakes the shot, gives it to Shaw. Shaw crossing over a little bit, finds Gilliard. Gilliard gonna put up her first three of the night, and she connects. It's not part of any team scouting report, but Gilliard coming off the bench is a great shooter, and you have to watch out for that, especially tonight when, like we said, they're shorthanded, and she's gonna get her fair share of minutes. And the drive there by Riley Childress, and it's going to be her first shot attempt of the night, and she's going to go to the line for two. So once again, just more and more fouls piling up for the Vulcans, as that is Alicia Young's third foul of the first half.
Yeah, at this point in the game, especially us being down a couple players, to stay in this game, I feel like instead of picking up a silly foul, at one point you probably just let them go and just play straight up. Try not to ride the back of them as much as they did in that play there, but let's say they have to play a little bit smarter. Just play straight up if need be.
I think it's an interesting strategy that Deja Terrell's been on the bench for pretty much this whole second quarter. I think they just kind of want to make sure that they can have her throughout the second half, as she picked up 2 early fouls in the first. And I mean, when you're talking about height, that's where they're going to need it, as right now the tallest player on the court for them is Kamaya Williams. Kind of does a little bit more ball handling than she does post play. The pass over cross court. Gilliard, her second 3 in a row, no good. The rebound to Pitt-Johnstown. Riley Childress bringing it up for the Mountain Cats. Gets it to Fasek, and Fasek's going to reset here. California with the 2-point lead, just over 2.5 to play here in the second quarter. Pass down low to Crawford, and she ties up the game.
Yeah, Crawford just had positioning, probably one of the easier baskets you'll see all season. Man, it's so important just to stay between your man and the basket. With that, you take away a lot of offensive chances.
As Gilliard, another three. She's starting to get a little trigger happy over there. As might need be as there's not too many shooters on this Vulcans team, and ball goes out of bounds. It'll come back the other way.
Yeah, shoot at this point in the game. If you're open, I'd say shoot it.
Cassidy Crawford for Pitt-Johnstown, already silently up to 14 points on the night. So you got to think she's going to continue that aggression, especially when Deja Terrell is on the bench. That defensive presence does a lot. As right there, the pass by to Kyla Franklin kind of gets a little too quick on her feet and the travel. Five on the floor for the Vulcans. Talia Gilliard, Nina Shaw, Angel Henry, Kamaya Williams, and Sierra Bermudez. Not the lineup that you've seen much of. These five together, I don't think they've played on the court one time this year. So you have to think that the chemistry and making sure each other's doing their job is very important. Nina Shaw gets trapped, finds Williams. The cross-court pass to Gilliard. Another three. We're going to call travel. She kind of did a little bit too much of a step back.
Yeah. That's like, I guess, that you see that play so much in a game of basketball. It's not every time that you'll see, I guess, the referee that'll pick it up, then had one foot on the floor, but didn't move, take another step back until she caught it. Oftentimes, it's better. What you have to do is take a step back before you catch.
Right there, the miscommunication is Cassidy Crawford kind of just mishandled the ball, and I'm not sure if she tried to pass it to the referee there or if she had just hoped somebody was there. But either way, the Vulcans coming back the other way. Just over a minute left to go here in the first half, and it's a tie game at 35. Nina Shaw with the ball at the top of the key. She gets the mismatch she wanted as she had Kyla Franklin on her. Plenty of room. She's going to put up the three off the side of the rim and no good. And the rebound by Fasek. Fasek slowing things down. Not much of a motion offense here as they're kind of just getting set and doing what they can do. The fake handoff, the pass to the corner. Alice Sauce, another three, and man, you cannot give her a foot of space as she connects on her fourth three of the night.
Yeah, they just forgot about her, just camping in the corner, and with a beautiful feed, just stay on her at this point.
Slight ankle breaker there by Nina Shaw, but doesn't amount to anything as the pass was mishandled by Angel Henry and out of bounds. As you said, just kind of forgot about her, and now she's sitting at 997 career points. You have to think her next three-point bucket is going to be quite the celebration from the bench. Fasek with the pass to Franklin. Gets it back to Fasek. Down low to Cassidy Crawford, who somehow finds the bottom of the bucket from being underneath.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she even caught that pass without Cal getting their hands on it.
20 seconds to go. Pitt-Johnstown with their biggest lead of the night, up 40-35. California going to hold for the last shot here. So they're going to get going here with 10 to go. She's just going to pull up a deep two. Not the most efficient shot, but it was there anyway as there's 2 seconds down to one. The throw by Fasek, and that almost looked good as it goes off the backboard and takes us to halftime. Score being 40-35 in favor of the Mountain Cats. And we'll be right back for the second half here on the PSAC Network and CUTV Sports 1.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are live here from the Convocation Center as Pitt-Johnstown pulled ahead late in that first half as they're winning at 40-35. And we got some other exciting matchups around the PSAC. Braxton, you want to take us through some of the games?
Yeah, right now. So we have the 1981 Gannon against the 12-4 Mercyhurst. Right now, Gannon at the end of the second half up 29-21. Gannon first in the PSAC West and Mercyhurst. Let's see, second also in the PSAC West. Let's see. Then we have Kutztown and Millersville, 32-24 Kutztown. Mansfield versus ranked number 16th Lock Haven. Let's see, Lock Haven right now up in the third quarter, 32-25. East Stroudsburg versus Bloomsburg, 19-16. East Stroudsburg is up. And then, of course, we have our game here at Pitt-Johnstown, California, 40-35 at the half. Indiana and Seton Hill, 38-35 in favor of Indiana. And last, we have Clarion, last but not least, Clarion and Slippery Rock. Clarion up 28-23. Clarion still looking for their first win of the season.
We talked about that Gannon game there. Pulling ahead of Mercyhurst, showing more and more why they are top of the PSAC as they're on a 16-game winning streak currently. And Pitt-Johnstown, after leaving here, will travel there, or actually they will host Gannon this upcoming Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to kind of keep their momentum and keep it going in this second half leading up into that Gannon game. Gannon ranked number 3 in all of the Division II. And you got to think that with a win against Mercyhurst, a good, proven team in the PSAC, you know, they'll probably be bumped up to, they could even be bumped up to 2 as Mercyhurst 12-4 overall and 8-2 in the conference. Gannon being 11-0 in the conference, trying to make it 12 in today's game. Nonetheless, we're back here in the Convocation Center, and interesting first half there for sure. I mean, like we said, we saw some shooting there by the Mountain Cats, and then, you know, Talia Gilliard and Sierra Bermudez kind of kept the Vulcans fighting there from beyond the arc. But, I mean, I think the person to talk the most about there was Peyton Alsauce, as she connected on 4 3-pointers early in that first half, and she's up to 14 points in this game. You got to think she's going to keep the aggression going as we continue here, and Pitt-Johnstown tries to retain the lead. California's ball coming out of the break as Nina Shaw is going to orchestrate the offense, and we got the starting 5 out there, except instead of Alicia Young, you got Kamaya Williams, the freshman. And the pass inside to Deja Terrell, and she's got some fresh legs as she sat out that whole second quarter with 2 fouls, and she connects on her first attempt of the second half. Basic with the pass to Crawford, and it gets tipped by Kamaya Williams. Nina Shaw coming back. The one-on-one goes up, and she gets fouled by Basic as she went up with the right hand on the left side, and it proved well as she initiated the contact, and she'll get 2 free throws here. Nina Shaw, one of the leading free throw shooters on this team. One of the only 2 players on the team to be above 80% from the line at 85%, but that's her second miss of the night. Not something you see often from the freshman. Second one is good. Cuts the lead down to 2 as California scores the first 3 points of the second half. Basic. Directing traffic a bit. Looks to find Crawford again, and Kamaya Williams with a great defense as she's kind of playing a deny ball on Cassidy Crawford.
Yeah. Kamaya Williams hasn't got too many minutes in this game, playing 12 minutes, I guess, which is about on par with everyone else, but she's making the most of her minutes, and she seems to have been everywhere so far.
And that was kind of as the pass down there to Hayden Taylor, and she finds it too. She was wide open, but it's kind of how it was in the Slippery Rock game too. Kamaya Williams kept finding her way on the floor and just being, you know, a productive member of this team, and I think she's shown more and more of that as she wants more minutes per game, the freshman out of Pittsburgh. Iona Williams passing up on the 3 as she's given all the room in the world. Not known for that 3-point ball, and we're going to set it back up, down to 10 on the shot clock. Nina Shaw finds Bermudez way behind, and she connects on the 3 as that cuts the lead down to 1.
Man, I don't know. You couldn't tell me she was the intended recipient on that pass, but left wide open.
Sometimes you got to get a little lucky in sports, and right there, luck was in the Vulcans' favor as Sierra Bermudez capitalizes on that. And she is now up to 15 points on the night. Kyla Franklin mishandles the ball, and it'll come back the other way. California looks to take their lead back here on offense. Nina Shaw with the pass to Bermudez. Over to Kamaya Williams in the middle. To Ayanna Williams on the drive with the right hand. Up and in, and California once again with the lead. Fasek kind of getting bombarded there by Nina Shaw, but recovers, finds a great pass to Alisauce, but she's going to travel as she kind of reset her feet after catching the ball, and it'll come back the other way in favor of the Vulcans.
Yeah, it's now like twice now that these referees have got both teams on this. I'm guessing it's always good practice to get your feet moving and set before you catch that ball in that regard.
It's easy to do if you watch any kind of NBA basketball, because it seems like every single player in the league gets away with that, but not here in college, as Kamaya Williams missing the wide open layup on the beautiful feed from Deja Terrell, and Pitt-Johnstown coming back the other way. Pass over to Hayden Taylor. Gets it to Alisauce. Alisauce back to Taylor. Lefty putting up another three. No good, but Cassie Crawford positions herself perfectly as she boxes out Kamaya and gets the two. Nina Shaw staying aggressive, going to the rim, and she's going to get fouled by Kasich. She'll go to the line, Fasek, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, at this point, you just hope Nina Shaw continues this aggressiveness, just continues to get to the basket. Second time this quarter that she's gone to the line.
It's the second foul there on Fasek, because there's really no Mountain Cats in any kind of foul trouble, as her and Hayden Taylor are the only two with 2 fouls on the team, as Nina Shaw capitalizes on the first. But meanwhile, on the other side for the Vulcans, we see Alicia Young on the bench with 3 fouls. Ayanna Williams has 2 and Deja Terrell with 2, so something to keep an eye on there. Nina Shaw capitalizes on both free throws to give Cal their lead back, as we're going back and forth here early in the second half. Alisauce back to Fasek. Fasek on the drive, wide open down low, finds Cassidy Crawford in the middle. Mid-range jumper is good.
Man, they're just that pass and drive and kick, man, has just been working out for him. Just been unselfish and made some decent passes so far.
Yeah, something I can say I've been very impressed with Pitt-Johnstown in this game is their ball movement, as they've kind of just been focusing on getting the best shot possible. Something the Cal's usually really good at, but tonight they have less heads to be able to do that. And a foul there again. I believe that was Deja Terrell once again, and those off-ball fouls on Deja are really serving costly, as that's going to be her third of the game.
Yeah, definitely have to watch those.
It's one thing to box out and try to get a rebound, but when you're staying too aggressive and kind of using your hands more than your whole body, you're going to get called, and the refs are going to see that pretty often.
Yeah.
Crawford with the pass to Taylor. Taylor with a beautiful crossover. The pass over to Franklin. Franklin's going to shoot the deep 2, and it's good. That was a beautiful crossover there by Hayden Taylor. She went behind the back and left her defender spinning, creating the opportunity for Kyla Franklin. Nina Shaw guarded by Fasek. Finds Bermudez coming off the screen. Not the best setup pass for a jumper. She goes ahead and gets it to Ayanna Williams. The rare 3 from her off the front rim, no good. Fasek with the rebound. Fasek with the pass over to Taylor. Over to Franklin. Franklin in the corner, guarded by Terrell. Slips over her own feet. Surprised there wasn't some kind of travel or anything there, but I guess the dribble was kind of maintained as she was falling. We got some substitutions. Alicia Young checking in for Deja Terrell, who just recently picked up her third. And then Belle Bosch checking into the game for Kyla Franklin. Kasich fakes the handoff, pass over to Alisauce in the corner, and that play has just been working all night as they keep missing Alisauce, kind of bleeding into that corner, and she hits yet again another 3. And the lay-in there by Nina Shaw and the foul. What a great little adjustment of the body to get that to go.
And it seems to be same side. Nina Shaw is just continuing to get to the basket in her comfort zone.
Give a little shout out to Peyton Alisos as she just reached her 1,000-point mark in her college career. Only 3 years of playing, and that's a very, very impressive feat. As Nina Shaw connects on the free throw and capitalizes on the three-point play. Shaw up to 9 points on the night for the Vulcans. Freshman scoring average going up and up as the season continues. Crawford with the pass over to Kasich. Back over to Alisaw. She'll put up yet again another three, and man, you can't give her any space whatsoever as she connects on her 6th three-pointer of the night.
Man, you just stay stuck on her like glue. And any amount of space, it's almost guaranteed good as good at this point.
She's up to 20 points on the night. Nina Shaw with the pass to the cutting Alicia Young. Difficult one to catch, but she comes down with it, misses the lay-in, and the rebound by Bosch. Deja Terrell making her way to the scoring table. She's going to check back into the game. The next dead ball. She's such an important piece of this offense and defense. Love to see her get as many minutes as she can. Bosch in the middle, guarded by Young. Takes it to the left side, puts it up and in. Another great finish there by the Mountain Cats. Kamaya Williams on the drive, the spin move, the win, and the finish. What a great move by Kamaya Williams.
See, Kamaya Williams just at that point got to the basket at will. What a spin and finish.
That's the second time tonight she's utilized that spin move, and both times she's gotten her defender behind her. You got to think she's got to keep that aggression up if she wants any chance in this game and kind of to stay on the floor as much as she can. And they're going to call an illegal screen there, I believe, on Cassidy Crawford. That'll be her second foul tonight. That'll take us to the media timeout. As Pitt-Johnstown with a 56-50 lead over Cal. I mean, what an exciting start to the second half. Both Cassidy Crawford and Peyton Alisos combining for 40 points, 20 apiece so far, as the two seniors are just doing a great job of maintaining their jumpers and playing within themselves. And that's kind of what's given Pitt-Johnstown this lead so far.
Cassidy Crawford with 20. Peyton Alisos also with 20. 6 of 9 from the field, 6 of 8 from deep. Only missing 2 shots and hitting 2 free throws. She's just feeling it tonight.
Pitt-Johnstown shooting 66% on the night, 22 for 33. I mean, when that's happening, there's not much you can do as the opposing team.
Yeah, that's as a team, that's a crazy number, even for individual's sake. But 66.7% as a team.
Peyton Alisos 6 for 9 from the floor, 6 for 8 from beyond the arc. Cassidy Crawford 9 for 13 from the floor, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. But I mean, both of those two have been key contributors. Not to mention Hayden Taylor also quiet 9 points, 4 for 6, and she hit a 3 early on. And I mean, it's been an all-around scoring effort for this team. But I mean, for the most part, Cassidy Crawford and Peyton Alisos has kept this team in it with 40 of the team's 56 points. I mean, you gotta, when you see Alisos shoot the jumper, I mean, her jump shot just looks so pure and so set. Every time it's the same thing. You're not getting, those miscues or anything like that. And she's just done a terrific job tonight on the floor, and especially from beyond the arc. Nina Shaw with the ball. California down 6. I believe their biggest deficit of the game. Pass over to Iona Williams. Williams looking down low to Terrell. Terrell going to have to pick up the aggression a bit here in the second half. Nina Shaw with it outside. She finds Terrell. Terrell's going to shoot the mid-range jumper, and she connects. It's the crowd getting a little bit more and more into this game as we continue. We've just had more and more people feeding in as the men's game does follow. Hayden Taylor guarded by Bermudez. The cross-court pass. They find Alisos in the corner once again. Off the rim and no good. A rare miss from her. But Cassidy Crawford with the follow. Another miss. And those two both unable to connect. Pass up to Iona Williams. Williams going to stay aggressive. Go to the rim. Off the backboard. No good. Gets her own rebound. And they're going to call a travel even though the bodies were colliding. A substitution here for the Mountain Cats as Hayden Taylor checks out of the game and Lexi Margolis checks in. We were talking earlier about how this Pitt-Johnstown team is full of so many seniors. It's the veteran team that's been playing together for a long time. Margolis tries to go cross court, but Deja Terrell finally picks up on it. Gets in the passing lane. The pass up to Nina Shaw. They get it over to Sierra Bermudez, whose three-pointer is blocked by Crawford. The find down low to Iona Williams, and she connects on the two-pointer. Great recovery there by Sierra Bermudez after getting her shot blocked to be able to find her open teammate underneath the basket for two. Alisauce with the pass into Bosch. Bosch guarded by Deja Terrell. The pass to Crawford. Puts it up off the board, and it's good.
Not much you can do on the defensive end for that shot.
Cassidy Crawford at 5'11". I mean, it's hard to get a hand in her face when she's really underneath that basket. As the miss there by Bermudez. Iona Williams tries her best to get the ball back, but she's going to tip it out of play, and it'll stay with Pitt-Johnstown. Like I said, Cassidy Crawford, I mean, being 5'11" and as dominant as she is underneath, it's hard to really throw her off her game when she's in the paint, and she's done a marvelous job tonight, as that was her 10th shot or attempt made basket of the night. Bosch up top, guarded by Terrell. I'm sure they want to keep Terrell away from Crawford to avoid picking up any more fouls. It's a great block there. It's like we said, her defensive presence is just so important for this Vulcans team.
Yeah, that play there, using her length to her advantage. I'm not even sure she really jumped for that one.
Alisauce with the rare two-point jumper, no good. Deja Terrell with a great rebound as she comes down with it. California down 4, just over a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Nina Shaw got a little frustrated there not to get the ball earlier, as she was kind of open in the transition, but nonetheless the Vulcans with possession. Nina Shaw orchestrating the offense a bit, loses it, and just kind of, Nina Shaw was just a little bit in the way there, so they're going to call a block on her. That'll be her first foul of the game. Hayden Taylor checking in the game for Alisauce, and it's a good look for the Vulcans as they don't have to worry about that corner three anymore. Mountain Cats resting some of their starters right now to kind of get them ready for the fourth quarter. As Cassidy Crawford on the drive with the left hand, a little too strong off the board. Kamaya Williams with the rebound for the Vulcans. She gets it to Nina Shaw, and Nina Shaw missed Sierra Bermudez across court. Just hoping to capitalize on another open three, but Iona Williams with it now. Pass in the middle to Kamaya Williams. Kamaya puts it up with the right hand, and they're going to call a block on Belle Bosch. Oh no, actually that was a charge by Kamaya Williams. This far side ref kind of directed it as a block, but I guess the closer ref determined it was a charge, and it's going to come back the other way.
Yeah, double whistle there, what they always tell you to do. If you get a double whistle, always hold it just to avoid controversy, because no one's going to see the exact same thing ever.
Riley Childress at the top, getting Fasek a little bit of a break for the Mountain Cats. As they get it over in the corner. Margolis' three is blocked by Deja Terrell, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter as California remains at a 4-point deficit, 58-54. And we'll be right back here on the PSAC Network and CUTV Sports 1.
Regardless of the season, follow all the action with CUTV Sports. From the gridiron to the hardwood, the pitch and the diamond, CUTV Sports has you covered with almost 100 live games a year. With multiple camera angles, graphics, announcers, and replays for 37 seasons, CUTV Sports is your home for Vulcan athletics. Get out of the huddle and into the action with CUTV Sports.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center as we're set to go for this fourth quarter. Score being 58-54 in favor of the Mountain Cats. And, I mean, just an exciting 3 quarters of basketball we really had here. As both teams shooting pretty decently from the floor. Pitt-Johnstown an outstanding 58% and California sitting at 47%. I mean, both teams just playing really well on offense. Rebounds pretty close, and really there's been no deficit in this game besides the fact that Pitt-Johnstown's just connected on more threes, and that's really been the difference, is 4 more threes, 4 more points, and that's their lead right now. Vulcans will get the ball coming out of the break. Leading scorers for the Vulcans, Sierra Bermudez with 15, and Deja Terrell with 10. Bermudez down low to Terrell. Kind of mishandled the pass, brought her outside the three-point line. Almost off the backboard and in, but no good. Pitt-Johnstown comes down with it. Almost a backcourt violation there, but Riley Childress does a great job of getting on the side of the floor before receiving the pass. She finds Cassidy Crawford, as they do have Deja Terrell on her now, even with her 3 fouls. As Crawford pump fakes, drives to the basket, gets to Margolis. Back over to Crawford. To Hayden Taylor. Taylor going to drive to the left side, throw it up, no good. But Margolis with the rebound, but kind of stolen there by Sierra Bermudez. They're going to call a travel as bodies were just tied up. Coming into the game is Olivia Fasek, as she got a pretty hefty rest there in that third quarter at the hands of Riley Childress covering for her, and did a great job of that. I'm sure she's set to go for these last 9 minutes of the game. Almost a 5-second violation there on the inbound. Fasek going to shoot a 3, and it's good. Olivia Fasek gives Pitt-Johnstown their biggest lead of the night as they're ahead 61-54 with a 7-point lead. Nina Shaw at the top getting a screen from Deja Terrell. Terrell on the roll, nothing there. Cross court to Bermudez. Bermudez puts it up off the board and it falls in as Bermudez stays aggressive. Fasek with the ball. She's capitalized on 2 3-pointers in this game, and that's been the abundance of her points. She's at 6. Guarded by Bermudez. Getting the screen from Crawford. Nothing there. Cross-court pass to Margolis. Back over to Crawford for a deep 3 off the board. No good. Maya Williams with yet again another rebound. Pass to Nina Shaw. Cross-court pass to Sierra Bermudez. The drive, the find of Deja Terrell, and the left-hand finish, 4-2.
Yeah, great unselfish there by Bermudez. Nice with Terrell to keep running the floor.
Sierra Bermudez's 3rd assist of the night, and 2 of them have been absolute dimes. She is kind of playing the role of a new guard on this team. And the drive there by Kyla Franklin, the blocking foul, and the finish, she'll get a chance to capitalize on a 3-point play.
Yeah, at that point, that's an easy foul call at that point. I'm telling you, positioning and where you are on the floor, I guess, is just so important. It's been a couple of times where the Vulcans have just had a couple defensive laps in that regard. Just picking up silly fouls, or at least in my. No, it's not necessarily a silly foul, but if you foul them, just make sure you foul them. They don't really have a chance to get that ball up to the hoop.
Arguably, their 2 best defenders outside of Deja Terrell being out tonight, Alicia Harris and Jordan Smith, and they're missing them for sure. I mean, those cross-court passes to 3-point shots, Jordan Smith's usually there to kind of help out a little bit, and underneath the basket, we know Alicia Harris is always present, so just been trying to adjust in that aspect. Sierra Bermudez over to Kamaya Williams, back to Bermudez. They're not giving her any space anymore after she capitalized on a couple early threes. But Deja Terrell with the beautiful rebound there. I don't even know how she came down with that, but she does, and she finishes for 2. Deja Terrell now up to 14 points. She's also got 5 rebounds. Cassidy Crawford guarded by Alyssa Young. Gets it to Fasek. A great screen there by Crawford, and Crawford on the roll. No good. Bermudez with a great rebound. Bermudez with the handoff to Nina Shaw, and they're going to set up the offense here. Just over 6 minutes to play, 4-point lead for Pitt-Johnstown. Deja Terrell looking for it at the top of the key. She's going to go with a left-hand finish, and Deja Terrell just staying aggressive here in this fourth quarter. Alisauce, a deep three in transition, no good. The rebound there by Alicia Young, and all of a sudden the momentum's in the Vulcans' favor. And they're going to call it as a clean block there, but it does go out of bounds off Pitt-Johnstown, so it'll stay on this end. Timeout there by head coach Mike Dreos of Pitt-Johnstown to kind of calm down this momentum. As for the first time all year, this crowd was getting pretty into it and loud, and 2-point lead here for Pitt-Johnstown late. Leading scorers so far for California, Sierra Bermudez, 17 points on 6 for 13 shooting, 3 3-pointers for her. Deja Terrell, 16 points on 8 of 10 shooting, 80% from the floor. She's just finding a way to finish in every way possible. And then on the other side for Pitt-Johnstown, like we said, we got the two girls with 20 apiece. Crawford up to now 22, and Alisauce with 20 on some great shooting by those two as well.
Man, the name of today's game is just offense. There's just been offense. Both of these teams, now California at the deficit in that regard in field goal percentage, but 49% from the field versus Pitt-Johnstown 54%. That's still excellent, especially as a team. I guess the real difference is in the 3-point category. 9 of 19 Pitt-Johnstown, 47%. 47% from deep. That's not. That's a really good shooting night. Versus the California's 4 of 14, and when you have Sierra Bermudez really being one of the main 3-point shooters on this team, as you were talking about, now no other player other than her above, like, was it at the time 15 shots from deep on the season, but Bermudez 3 of 7 from deep. That's also a decent number, but just as a whole, Pitt-Johnstown just doing better in that category.
California holding the advantage in a lot of categories. They're out rebounding by 7, and I mean, they're just playing their game, and when you're shooting 49% and you're still getting outshot, there's not much you can do. There's a foul there, and I believe Deja Terrell will not go to the line. The ball is underneath the basket. They will say that was not on the shot. Yeah, I mean, like I said, California holding their own, and really, like we said, the only difference so far in this game is the 3-point attempts, and 5 more that Pitt-Johnstown has than California. Deja Terrell posting up in the high post. She's going to shoot it. No good off the back rim. Goes up for the rebound. No good, and Deja Terrell's going to get called for her 4th foul. Once again, it's just one of those loose ball fouls for Terrell, and it's tough to stay out of foul trouble when you're so aggressive going for the ball like that.
Yeah. No, especially that being her 4th foul, she's definitely going to have to play straight up from here on out.
A lot of what they've been doing is trying to keep her away from Cassidy Crawford because they know Crawford's going to get a lot of touches, and I mean, to avoid her Deja Terrell picking up any more fouls, they kind of have a little bit of switch going on. As right there, Sierra Bermudez was stuck on her, and she draws the foul. She'll go to the line for 2. And Cassidy Crawford is playing an all-around game right now. 34 minutes. I'm not even sure if she's gotten a break, considering we've only played 34 and a half minutes. 10 for 19 from the floor. Hasn't connected from 3 yet. 3 rebounds, and she's just connecting at the line every chance she gets.
Yeah, she's just continuing just to drive to the basket. I'm not really sure how many but jump shots she's had to continue. More often than not, driving to the left side of the basket. And at this point, Vulcans would just do their best, just I guess, to take a step back and guard her left, because that seems to be her being. She's lefty at her favorite side.
Crawford, a little bit of blood on the knee there after the hard fall, and referee's going to call a little stoppage of play to get that cleaned up. Talked about a couple games ago how serious it is when you see blood on anybody here, and you never want to get it on the floor or nothing. So very understandable, but I believe that's going to cause her to step out of the game real quick here. which is actually kind of surprising. I didn't know that this was a call.
Yeah.
They have somebody else coming in for the free throw.
Yeah, too often you don't see it. I guess they either get it done pretty quick, or in order to really to get your player back in, you'd have to burn a timeout. I'm assuming coach didn't want to do that, so just put another player in her place.
And that may have very well cost them as she could not connect on the free throw. And the Deja Terrell find underneath, and the finish cuts the lead down to 1 here with just over 5 to play. I'm just surprised. I guess they didn't really get too much time for that, but I guess because it was a free throw, you got to get the game moving. And right there, Hayden Taylor, the beautiful pivot move in the finish with the left hand. Pitt-Johnstown up 3, just under 5 minutes to play here in the Convocation Center. California and Pitt-Johnstown both looking for their 8th win in the PSAC West. The fine down low to Deja Terrell from Nina Shaw. She gets triple teamed and puts it up. They're going to call a foul before the shot goes up, and the ball will be underneath the basket, as that's only the 2nd foul for the Pitt-Johnstown.
Yeah, at this point in the game, they're trying to clog the paint for Terrell every single time she gets the ball.
It's going to take us to our final media timeout here in the 4th quarter. And I mean, building on your point, they know that Deja Terrell, how dangerous she can be down in that paint, and anytime she receives it down there, she's at least getting a double team. And right there, we saw 3 Pitt-Johnstown defenders kind of collapsing in on her and caused the foul before the shot even got a chance to go up. And I think that's just like where you benefit from not being in foul trouble. You can play as aggressive as you want. You can slow the game down with fouls. You can kind of, take the risk of going for those steals, going for those blocks without consequence.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what really matters, those loose balls, steals, block shots, or whatever. It allows you to be a lot more aggressive in that area. Terrell now with 4 fouls in this game. And she'll definitely have to, I guess, sit back and just be a little bit more passive on the defensive end. Probably just kept straight up on defensively.
Been a great game we've witnessed here so far in the first 35 minutes and 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go. California facing a 3-point deficit. The ball underneath the basket coming out of the timeout. 5 on the floor for Pitt-Johnstown. Cassidy Crawford, Hayden Taylor, Alice Sauce, Olivia Fasik, and also Kyla Franklin. And the 5 for the Vulcans, Deja Terrell, Nina Shaw, Alicia Young, Sierra Bermudez, and Kamaya Williams. Kamaya looking for Deja, but can't get it to her. Deja wants that down low, especially with Kyla Franklin on her, but Crawford's kind of staying close to her, not leaking out to Kamaya Williams. And a great find there by Nina Shaw to Alicia Young as she connects on the 2-pointer.
Much needed basket at this point in the game.
This crowd is getting more and more energetic as the game continues. Just over 4 to play. 1-point lead for Pitt-Johnstown. Crawford with it, guarded by Kamaya Williams. Got that tape on her knee now after the blood incident. The pass over to Hayden Taylor. And the great strip there. Another pickpocket steal there by Sierra Bermudez.
I think it's like the 2nd steal tonight Bermudez has had.
Bermudez playing a key role on defense as well as on offense. She's up to 17 points as well. She's doing everything she can to impact this game. A great find there by Deja Terrell to Alicia Young. Alicia Young can't finish the lay-in. Deja Terrell with the rebound, puts it up, and the foul. Showing some emotion after the basket is Deja Terrell, excited to capitalize there, and she'll look to add on to her point total with a free throw here.
Now 20 points on the night. That is one way to get the crowd involved.
Deja Terrell has been on a scoring tear lately, her 3rd straight 20-plus point game. And right there, she capitalizes on the free throw. California with a 2-point lead.
Man, offense hasn't been the issue. Right now, it's just a matter of can you get a defensive stop?
Basic on the drive, the pass out. Alisauce, a deep 3 in the corner off the top of the backboard. No good. Deja Terrell with a great defense as she kept her hands up. She's bringing it up the court, gives it to Nina Shaw. Shaw, the left-handed drive, and she's going to slow it down, set things up. Just over 3 to play. 20 on the shot clock. and a 2-point lead for the Vulcans.
Yeah, at this point in the game, definitely slow it down just a bit, look for a decent shot.
Gets the screen from Terrell. The pass over to Bermudez. Looking down low, Terrell gets it to her in the middle. She gets double teamed. Finds Nina Shaw. And they're going to call it. Is that a charge? That is a game-changing call there, as Deja Terrell now finds her way to the bench after the and one, and she's out of the game. I think she was just kind of trying to rip through as she was getting a double team and didn't want to lose the ball, and I guess just made too much contact with the defender behind her. I mean, that is a game-changing call. I cannot believe that. That is, I don't even know. I'm at a loss of words. Just a disappointing look for the California Vulcans coming off that electric and one that she just had. And I mean, she's played such a great game. For it to end that way is definitely disappointing for everybody involved, but nonetheless, still a 2-point lead. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to play. Pitt-Johnstown down 2. Hayden Taylor on the drive. Sierra Bermudez just playing some great defense, getting her hands in the way, and once again knocking the ball out there.
Yeah. A couple times Bermudez has her hands in before they can get a ball up.
The pass in to Alisauce. Alisauce going to hand it off to Fasek, who's actually up to 10 assists on the night, I just realized, and doing a great job facilitating for her team as she drives to the right side, off the rim, no good. Bosch with the rebound, the putback, and no good, but she'll go to the line for 2.
You have to keep the teams off the boards. Great defense originally up front, but just gave up an offensive rebound and there. Got another foul, and they're going to the line. You have to limit offensive rebounds, or just rebounds in general.
I mean, coming off the bench, Belle Bosch. I mean, 5'11" freshman, making her point proven as she gets her offensive rebound in a 2-point game, makes the first free throw, and she's trying to tie it up here. 2.5 to play in what is a crucial game here in the PSAC West. She connects on both, and we have a tie game at 69. A timeout here by Jess Strom as they're going to kind of try to calm everybody down and regain momentum. I mean, we've just seen a barn burner here tonight. This has been exciting to watch. Definitely a frustrating way for Deja Terrell's night to end, but nonetheless, I mean, it goes back to those loose ball fouls we were talking about. I mean, you want to stay aggressive at all times, and especially, you know, the heart that Deja Terrell has here in her last season with the California Vulcans. You know she's going to leave it all out on the floor, but it's just a shame that she picked up so many of those loose ball fouls that kind of led her down this path to now the last 2.5 minutes of the game. She's not going to be able to be out there for her team. Looking ahead for both teams. California travels to Mercyhurst on Saturday, followed by traveling to IUP on Monday. So 2 back-to-back tough road games coming up for the Vulcans. And then they'll be back home next Wednesday against Edinboro. And then when we look on the other side for Pitt-Johnstown, we talked about how they'll host the number 3 team in all of Division II, Gannon, on Saturday, followed by traveling to Seton Hill on Monday. And then they will have a couple days off and play again on February 3rd that Saturday as they host Mercyhurst. 5 on the floor for the Vulcans. Nina Shaw, Iona Williams, Sierra Bermudez, Kamaya Williams, and Alicia Young. I think Deja Terrell's frustrated. I mean, she sat out the whole second quarter to try to avoid this foul trouble and still ended up in the wrong spot, at the wrong place at the wrong time. So Alicia Young loses it there. A little bit of a tie-up, and they'll call a jump ball, I believe, that is in possession of UPJ as they will take it back the other way. It's so important late in the game to know where the possession arrow is going, so when you go for those jump balls, you know if you're getting your team the ball back or not. Fasek with the pass to Crawford. Crawford squaring up to the hoop. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor with the pass to Alisauce. Alisauce over to Fasek. Fasek on the drive, the find to Crawford. Crawford down low, the and one as she finishes plus the foul. Cassidy Crawford just putting on a masterclass here tonight. She is up to 25 points on 11 for 20 shooting. She's looking to make it 26 and a 3-point lead here with just under 2 to play. Once again, that's just building on your point of being in the right place at the right time and positioning your body between the defender and the basket, or the offensive player and the basket. It's right there. Crawford fails to convert.
And that's also why if you have a foul to burn, you might as well use it just to make sure they don't even get it up to the basket like that.
And great take there by Anna Williams as she finds it off the backboard, ties the game back up at 71. 90 seconds to play here in the Convocation Center.
And Williams, that's just her game. She loves to get to the basket. Almost anywhere around the paint, and she seems to be able to finish at.
Hayden Taylor, crossover in front of Kamaya Williams, pass to Fasek. Fasek looking to facilitate as she's done so well all night. She's going to find Hayden Taylor in the corner. Taylor for 3, and a big bucket there by Hayden Taylor.
You just can't afford to leave anyone on this team open on the perimeter.
Iona Williams doing a great job of using her pivot foot, and they're going to call a little bit of a hand check there on the shot, and she'll go to the line for 2. And I mean, I know we've said it countless times tonight, but really the only difference in this game has been the 3-point ball from UPJ. They're up to 10 threes on the night, and I mean, once again, California just giving up a late crucial 3, and that's kind of why they're in this deficit that they're in now. First free throw by Anna Williams, no good. 69% free throw shooter on the year. Coming into the game, making 34 of her 49 attempts. Second one up, and it's good. 2-point game, just over a minute to play. And this is what you play for.
Defense, and especially in this spot, is going to be so crucial. Try to play straight up without fouling and do not allow another 3.
Alice Ross with the pass into Bosch. Bosch squaring up on Iona Williams. She's going to drive. She's going to go to the right side. Great block there by Iona Williams, and the rebound by Bermudez. Balkans coming back the other way. Bermudez going to slow it down. She finds Iona Williams on the drive. The bucket and the foul! And they're going to call that as a charge, I think.
No, the best. It's good.
No, it's good. Oh, my gosh. I thought you saw the whole California Balkans bench just in despair. They thought that was going to be called on Iona Williams. Man, that was just another great call there.
She was in the restricted area.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know if I could have held myself together for that one. Iona Williams with the free throw to take the lead, and they do. 75-74 California, 40 seconds to play.
Defense, that's all I can say. Defense.
Nina Shaw, Garden Fasek. Pass over to Taylor. Taylor on the drive to the left side. Can't get it the left side up, and the foul by Bermudez as Hayden Taylor will go to the line for 2.
Man.
Hayden Taylor all night, the lefty, just trying to make her way to the left side. You got to be able to block that out, and great job drawing the foul there.
Part of being a good defender is noticing what teams are doing. What I'm seeing Pitt-Johnstown do is what they like to do is they like to catch and shoot. After they catch and you're right there, there's not much of a chance that they're just going to try to shoot over top of you. And they have a quick first step. Take a couple steps back. Now right there, after she got past her, that's a great foul. At least make her earn it at the line. Actually missed the first one there.
She connects on the second. We have a tie game here with 27 seconds to go. And California might be seeing their second consecutive game go into overtime.
Yeah.
Luckily for them, with it being under 30 seconds, they can hold for the final shot here. So the fate of this game is in their hands if they want it to be. And, I mean, what a game we're witnessing here tonight at the Convocation Center.
Yeah, just back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, be crazy not to hold the ball for the last shot here. 27 seconds left. It's a tied score at 75. I mean, who do you go to here in a situation like this?
I think the one thing that's beautiful about the California Balkans team is every player out on that floor can get the ball here.
Yeah.
There's nobody that they're going to go to and they have to get a bucket from. I mean, if Deja Terrell was out there, I guess that would be your first look. But with Terrell on the bench and you have Iona Williams, Alicia Young, both that can finish at the rim. Kamaya Williams, a great playmaker as a freshman. You have Nina Shaw, who just orchestrates so much offense, and Sierra Bermudez, who's a great shooter. There's so many options here, and you just have to be able to play within yourself, calm down, and take what you can get. So UPJ trying to pick up the pressure a little bit to not allow California to just control their own destiny. They're going to force them to make a play. Nina Shaw dribbling around. And I think UPJ now going to sit back in a man and play as safe as they can. Down to the final 10 seconds here in a tie game.
They need to start going now.
Iona Williams on the pass in, and that's going to be the 6th foul on UPJ, and she'll go to the line for 2 with 6 seconds to play. California's had a lot of games this year come down to the wire, and famously their game against Gannon where they were 1 free throw away from sending it to overtime, and now once again getting their opportunity at the free throw line to decide the game.
Yep. That was an easy foul call. You know, I hate to get those, especially in a tight game like this. You don't know whether it was worthy enough of a foul or not.
First one is good, gets California the lead, and personally, I'm almost mad as California to get that foul call because now that 6 seconds is going to be a long 6 seconds. But Iona Williams connects on both, gets them a 2-point lead. UPJ with the timeout. Man, I mean, we are just witnessing an absolute great back-and-forth game between these two teams.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what are they going to decide to do. They're going to decide to go for the win here. They're going to go for the tie. I mean, with the confidence that these shooters have, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go from deep at this point. And there's not much you can really do at this point in the game other than to just play the best defense that you possibly can. Just play straight up, try to maybe run them off the line, but you can't really commit too much. They go down to the drive down to the basket. You can't really afford to foul them either.
As much as I hate to say it, if I'm Jess Strom here, I'm telling my team to not allow any threes. I mean, I know you don't want to play too aggressive like you said and allow any kind of drive or anything, but worst case scenario, they get a drive, they finish it, you go to overtime, and you've got your 5 minutes to kind of control your destiny.
Yeah.
But there's so many great shooters on this Pitt-Johnstown team that you can't allow something to be kicked out and a wide open 3 to be shot.
Yeah. Shoot, at this point, if they decide to drive inside, I wouldn't mind. At least when I say foul, I mean hack to the point where that ball does not see the rim. Make them earn it from the line. That's only if they have a wide open look from inside the paint. But at this point, there's not really much you can say other than to play good defense here.
None of these players on Pitt-Johnstown is under a 70% free throw shooter either. So anybody goes to the line, you're risking a lot there. As the pass in here from Fasek, the best passer on the team, finds Crawford. Back to Fasek, and it's not there. And they're going to call it staying here as it seemed like Nina Shaw kind of tipped it and got in the passing lane. Jess Strom now going to take a timeout with 3.3 on the clock, 2-point lead. I mean, this couldn't get any more exciting if it tried. And I think now at this point, 3 seconds left, it's almost guaranteed it might be a 3. It's going to be hard to get an impound pass in and try to find somebody down low or drive to the basket with only 3 seconds to play.
Yeah, don't let them catch if possible. Now, that's always hard to do. It's hard to keep anyone from catching. Right now, they're running off screens. They're probably going to look for something backdoor here off the inbound.
And they have Alisauce, who's a 35% free throw shooter, 6 threes tonight. Fasek, a 41% free throw shooter, 2 threes tonight. Crawford, 33% free throw or 3-point shooter. I mean, you have so many people out there that can make a play here, and Cassidy Crawford with the inbound, which is kind of a surprising play here. You got to look to see that she might get the ball back off of a feed.
Play as aggressive as you can without fouling.
She finds Fasek. Fasek's going to have to put up a shot here. She goes to the basket, the lay-in, and it's good at the buzzer as Pitt-Johnstown's going to force overtime. What a great drive there by Fasek. We are all tied up here in the Convocation Center, and we are heading to overtime.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I guess worst case scenario, if that had to be what you took, that had to be what you took. Like I said, I mean, at least they didn't allow a wide open 3 to Alisauce or Fasek herself. And I mean, that was just a great play there by Fasek. Great take, great drive, and capitalized immensely.
Yeah, at that point, especially that shot like that, I wouldn't have mind burning a foul. It means at least make her earn it off the line. That was an easy look, and that was a beautiful finish. Going full speed almost, and straight onto the basket is not the easiest shot by any means.
Great finish, going up with just the right hand, only one hand on the ball at the time, and gets her up to 8 points, and she has 12 assists on the night as well. That's the most assists I've seen in a game by a player this year. I mean, she's just done a fantastic job, and right there, when her team needed her the most, she delivered in her first 2-point bucket of the game. We're going into overtime. The final 5 minutes of this game, all tied up at 77. You got to imagine that, I mean, these teams are going to go back and forth as best they can, and I believe the fouls remain. The fouls remain from the fourth quarter, correct?
Yep. Before overtime is considered an extension of the fourth quarter play, so those fouls will stay the same.
Both teams in the bonus for the remainder of this game. Any foul will send the opposite team to the line. And we're going to have a jump ball to start. I mean, this has just been such an exciting game on both ends of the floor.
Oh.
So Alicia Young with the rare jump ball is usually Deja Terrell's job, but obviously we know she picked up her 5th and final foul. And Alicia Young with the win over Cassidy Crawford there, and California will start with the ball. Maya Williams, guarded by Franklin. Pass over to Nina Shaw. Shaw at the top of the key, finds Iona Williams. Williams looks for the cutting Alicia Young. Young with the left hand, no good. Just not enough juice on it, and Franklin with the rebound. Basic looking to take advantage of the 5-on-4. Finds Alisauce, no good on the 3, and Sierra Bermudez with another impressive rebound.
Vulcans caught a break there. Alisauce lights out from deep. Surprised she missed that, but Vulcans just lucky.
Sierra Bermudez with her 7th rebound of the game there. That's her season high, and she's doing a great job of being able to maintain the boards in the absence of Alicia Harris. A great pivot move there by Iona Williams. She gets the rebound and finishes. Gets California their first lead of overtime. 4 minutes to play. California up 79-77. Fasek with the ball. Pass over to Alisauce. Pass over to Cassidy Crawford. Crawford looking down low. Nothing there. Gets it over to Fasek. Fasek on the drive. The 2-point jumper. No good. Kyla Franklin with the rebound. Up underneath the basket. No good. Gets her own rebound. And like you said, those offensive rebounds giving them more of an opportunity. Alisauce on the drive, and they're going to call the charge as Kamaya Williams in the right place at the right time. The freshman making a great play on defense. Three minutes, 37 seconds left to play. You can tell these girls are tired out here as this has been a long, hard-fought game. Not many breaks given on either side. Iona Williams on the drive, and there's going to be a blocking foul. She's going to go to the line and shoot 2. She had those clutch 2 free throws at the end of regulation to give them the lead before the impressive Fasek drive. She's going to have a chance here to increase their lead to 4. Iona Williams, I believe, with her season high as well, as she's up to 18 points. Misses the first free throw. 18 points, 6 rebounds for Iona Williams. A block, a steal, and 2 assists. Next on the second, and it's a 3-point game here with just over 3 to play. Fasek, guarded by Nina Shaw. Looking for Franklin, finds her in the high post. The backdoor cut by Alisauce. She throws it up, looking for the foul, nothing there. They're going to say it's staying on this end. There's a fight for the ball between Kamaya and Alisauce.
When you have a shooting team, especially as good an offensive team as Pitt-Johnstown is here, it's real easy to fall asleep on those backdoor cuts.
The cross-court pass to Alisauce. The great recovery there by Kamaya Williams. The floater, no good. The rebound by Alisauce, and it's going to get tipped out by Alicia Young.
Let's see, I guess textbook defense for the Vulcans. Ran her off the 3-point line and let your other defenders come help you.
And Kyla Franklin on the inbound gets the feed and the bucket with the foul. She'll have a chance to tie this game up with 3 to play. Like I said, nobody on the floor under a 70% free throw shooter. Kyla Franklin, the lowest at 70%, but still connecting on 37 of her 53 attempts coming into the game. And it's good. We're all tied up at 80 here with 3 minutes to play in the Convocation Center. Nina Shaw gets it to Bermudez. Bermudez is getting no room to breathe outside the three-point line since her first couple makes. Hayden Taylor doing a great job at that. Picks up her dribble and finds Alicia Young. Alicia Young in the corner, out to Kamaya Williams. Kamaya Williams on the drive. The spin, the win, off the backboard and in.
Yeah, she's loving that spin move. Seems to be her bread and butter.
82-80, 2.5 to play. Both teams in the bonus if there is any fouls. Crawford to Franklin and Franklin to Kasich. Kasich to pass over to Alisauce. They're giving her no room to breathe as well as she's capitalized on 6 threes. The mid-range jumper is no good. The rebound by Alicia Young, and that is a big rebound. Nina Shaw bringing it up, and she's going to slow it down. They got a 2-point lead with 2 to play. They're going to call a timeout as Jess Strom wants to make sure her team is on the same page, and they retain this lead. I don't have much more to say besides the fact that this game has just been so competitive and so electric throughout, and the ending of regulation, I'm sure, will be similar to the ending of this game. California finally surpassing Pitt-Johnstown in terms of field goal percentage. They're shooting 52% now, 32 of 62, while Pitt-Johnstown sitting right at 50, 30 of 60 attempts overall. The advantage for Pitt-Johnstown has been the 10 threes compared to California's 4, and the advantage for California has been their 36 rebounds in comparison to Pitt-Johnstown's 28. The mix of those two advantages has left this game as a 2-point game in overtime. It's California's second straight overtime game and third overtime game of the season. So they've been here before. They've come out on top before. And you got to think that they're looking to improve. One of these teams will walk out of here tonight with 8 wins in the PSAC West. And with Mercyhurst losing tonight to Gannon by a large fashion as well, it is going to be right at the top. They'll be right at the top with 8 wins, tied with Mercyhurst, if they're able to walk out of here, either team. Alicia Young passing the ball in for the Vulcans, and Nina Shaw with it now. 15 on the shot clock, 1:50 to go. They're going to slow it down and go at 10. A little bit of movement down low in the post. They find Kamaya Williams, 7 on the shot clock. She's going to drive on Kyla Franklin, puts it up, no good, and the rebound by Alisauce. Fasek with it, driving, crossing, spinning, looking. The pass out, Hayden Taylor can't come up with it, and it'll go back the other way in favor of the Vulcans with 1:26 on the clock. Fasek trying to make a little bit too much of a play there as she left her feet, and once you leave your feet, you got to get rid of it, and where she was, she had no chance of putting it up at the basket, so. Nina Shaw once again slowing it down. They want to make sure that they take as much time off the clock as they can. 2-point lead is a lot late in this game, even though a bucket can change everything. They're going to go with 10 on the shot clock once again. Iona Williams trying to position down low. They're not going to find her. They're going to find Alicia Young in the corner, who's going to go up for 2 off the rim and in. Under a minute to play in California with a 4-point lead. Fasek guarded by Nina Shaw. She's made plenty of plays tonight, but that turnover might be the most costly. The cross-court pass to Alisauce. They get out to her, to Fasek, to Crawford. The great defense there, once again by Sierra Bermudez to knock it out, and it'll stay on this end.
Man, Bermudez has just been all over their shots tonight, before they can even get a chance to go up.
Sierra Bermudez doing a great job in every aspect of this game. They're going to call a foul on the floor there.
Yep.
As the ball was kind of low and everybody was fighting for it. Kyla Franklin going to the line for 2. And Braxton were talking earlier before the game, and both of us have the assignments of kind of writing some articles for both of these games. And I tell you what, Braxton, you made out being able to write about this game, because this is going to be a heck of a game to write about.
Man, You are correct.
Kyla Franklin capitalizes on the first of two. 3-point game. The second one off the back rim and no good. That's a costly miss as Jess Strom gets a timeout right away. 36 seconds to play. 3-point lead for California. They can bleed this clock all the way down to at least like 10 seconds or so. And yeah, that my thoughts exactly. So far, when we look at the scoring leaders for both sides, we have Cassidy Crawford with 25 for UPJ. Peyton Allisauce with 20, and she's been kind of shut down since the middle part of the third quarter. And then we have Hayden Taylor, who's picked it up in the second half and overtime with 15. Now on the other side, leading scorer for the Vulcans is on the bench with 5 fouls is Deja Terrell with 21 in just 23 minutes. But out there still, Iona Williams with her season high of 19 points, and Sierra Bermudez out there with 17 as well. And like we said, Sierra on the defensive side has been huge. Yep. I mean, she has made so many plays, even though they haven't been steals or blocks that have come back in favor of the Vulcans' possession. It's slowed down and stopped Pitt-Johnstown's offense as a whole, and you can't put enough effort in as she is putting out there. This is her, I believe, her first start of the season, and she's doing everything she can to be, you know, an impactful player out there.
Yeah. Right now, Bermudez with 3 steals in the game. I both very good players in the terms of playing the passing lanes and building steals. Even your steal leaders will probably average about 3 steals a game. Bermudez hands have just been all over Pitt-Johnstown. They haven't really, a couple times, it would have been, otherwise it would have been easy looks. She just had her hand right there.
To put it into perspective, Nina Shaw averages 2.1 steals a game, and she's 5th in all of the PSAC. So showing that Sierra Bermudez is able to grab 3 steals there shows her effort on defense. She also has 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 3-point shots, and obviously, like we said, 17 points for the Vulcans. And she's just done a great job of stepping into the shoes of both Jordan Smith and Alicia Harris, who are missing tonight. And I mean, they've just done a great job without those two. You got to think those are 2 of the most impactful players on this team, senior Jordan Smith and Alicia Harris, who is top 5 in rebounding in the PSAC and one of the better defensive presence in the conference. As Bermudez passes it in to Nina Shaw. They're going to get a double team right away. And they're going to call a blocking foul as Hayden Taylor kind of tried to stop her before she got to the half-court line. And Nina Shaw, best free throw shooter on this team, is going to head to the line for 2. Shaw 5 for 7 from the line tonight. Coming into the game, she was an 84% free throw shooter, hitting 32 of 38. So far she is 37 for 45 on the year. And she hits the first of 2 to make this a 2-possession game. And in the big picture, you can't be too mad about that foul if you're Pitt-Johnstown, because now you're guaranteeing yourself another possession with a full shot clock, rather than getting it back with 10 seconds down 3. I mean, that's a tough position to be in. Not that this is any easier, but at least now you know what needs to be done. 34 seconds left, just under 34 seconds. Scores 86-81 in favor of the California Vulcans. And I mean, just to put it into perspective, both Sierra Bermudez and Nina Shaw with 44 minutes played tonight. They haven't had a break all night. These 2 girls have been putting in the work. And then on the other side, 43 minutes for Cassidy Crawford. She got a little break when her knee was bleeding. But other than that, I mean, these girls are putting in as much work as they can, and it's given us a heck of a competition here, and I'm sure the fans are enjoying it to the fullest. The guys have been standing over there in the tunnel for about 20, 30 minutes now trying to get out here to warm up. And I mean, I'm sure they're not minding it, but they're just about as ready to go as these girls probably are.
Yeah.
Cassidy Crawford on the inbound. She gets it into Fasek. Fasek on the drive, tries to draw a foul, nothing there. Ball on the floor, everybody's diving for it. And they call the foul on Nina Shaw. She kind of dove at the leg of Cassidy Crawford. His knee's still bleeding pretty bad, to be honest. It's starting to come through the Band-Aid a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if one of these refs stops the game again. She's going to be at the line for 2 here. 81% free throw shooter on the year. She's had her fair share of free throws. That was her 90th attempt on the season. She makes the first 4-point game, trying to cut it down to a 1-possession game. They will have to foul if the Vulcans get it in. They get it into Bermudez, another great free throw shooter. Bermudez gets it over to Alicia Young. Young with plenty of space to work with. Gets it to Nina Shaw. Shaw dribbling around, and she gets fouled. 18 seconds left on the clock, 3-point game. Shaw will get a guaranteed 2 free throws here, as the rules are a little bit different in women's than men's, and not to mention I think we'd be over the 10 foul limit anyway.
Yeah.
So Nina Shaw, 2 free throws here, needs 1 to make it a 2-possession game. First one no good. Nina Shaw, second free throw here. Up and in. Timeout here by Mike Dreos, head coach of Pitt-Johnstown in his 11th season, and they're going to talk it over as there's 19 to play, down 4. These teams have just been so back and forth all night, both sitting right around 50% from the floor. Pitt-Johnstown a little bit better from beyond the arc, but California a little bit better from the free throw line. As I made the point earlier that Pitt-Johnstown, amongst the tops in the PSAC in free throws, and California at the bottom, but California 17 of 23 from the line tonight. Pitt-Johnstown 13 of 21. I mean, California's had plenty of opportunities, and they've capitalized in just about every aspect. I mean, Iona Williams' 2 free throws at the end of regulation have kind of pushed them into this overtime period, and then Nina Shaw able to capitalize on 3 of her last 4 to keep this lead where it's at. 12-4 Vulcans, 12-5 Pitt-Johnstown. Both with 7 wins in the conference, looking for their 8th tonight. The pass into Cassidy Crawford, dribbling on Nina Shaw. He has the height advantage, kind of loses her footing, and they're going to say that Iona Williams' foot was on the line when she grabbed it. So it'll stay on this end, 12 seconds to play.
Man, just trying to keep them from getting... Quick shot is definitely what they want here.
And that's what they're going to get as Kyla Franklin gets the inbound and the bucket. And they're going to call a jump ball. I believe that will stay on this end.
Yeah.
As the Vulcans had the ball to start the period. 9 seconds to play. A great defensive play there by Alicia Young to be able to force the jump ball and not foul. And they find Alisauce at open 3, and she hits it. Gets the lead down to 1 with 7 to play, and that is not what the Vulcans were looking for. Gets it to Bermudez. Bermudez going to get fouled. 4 seconds to play. And Bermudez has been in this position before where important free throws down the line can make the difference, and that's what this is going to be. Can't stress enough how great of a game Sierra Bermudez has played tonight. 45 minutes, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists. She's 2 for 2 from the line so far. We got to see if she can capitalize on these next 2. First one is good. And that stroke looks silky, so you got to think that right here, a make will put this game right where they want it and in their control. Pitt-Johnstown with another timeout. I would imagine that is their last of the game. 4 seconds to go, 3-point game. We've talked about it. Pitt-Johnstown has the shooters for this position.
Yeah.
It's all about, like you were saying, defense, defense, defense.
Yeah. Now 4 seconds on the clock.
They up it from 3.9 to 4.3. That could be the difference.
Yeah. Shoot, at this point, they don't even have to. Well, since they play right, they don't have to worry about anything other than just running them off the 3-point line.
Now, my question to you is here: do you foul on the inbound?
To be honest, you could afford. It's if you had confidence that whoever that had the ball would miss your free throws. You could foul and make them only get shoot 2, and especially if you could inbound, because they would definitely have to foul you at that point. Or you could just. I guess you could. To be honest, it's just a matter of personal opinion. What you think would have happened is best.
Me personally, if I'm the head coach here, I'm telling my team to foul and not allow anything to go up. Alisauce with a deep 3 off the back rim. That was about as close as it could get, but the Vulcans secure the win. 89-86, their second straight overtime victory, as this team is just pulling together a magic run here late in the season, as that's their 4th straight win. They improved to 13-4 on the season and 8-3 in the conference. And I mean, any final thoughts?
Man, this has been an offensive show by both teams and a wonderful show by both teams. Both teams putting in their own wonderful performance in their own right. But a good showing here. And I guess a great win for the Vulcans, able to come through in these final minutes.
This has been Andrew White alongside Braxton Turner for CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network. Stay tuned for the men's game next and the women's play next this upcoming Saturday. Thank you very much for listening.